Aisha E494 CNG BS6 engine cylinder head and ignition system components service procedure. Objective: by the end of this video, you will be able to understand ignition coil inspection and replacement procedure, ignition coil sleeve replacement procedure, spark plug inspection and replacement procedure, spark plug sleeve replacement procedure, ignition coil removal procedure. Close the CNG supply from all cylinders. Start the engine and wait till the engine shuts off automatically. Also, see the pressure at the pressure gauge will drop to 0 and ensure there is no gas available in the fuel lines. Shut off the battery cut-off switch. Loosen the coolant line 4 mounting bolts using 10 mm T-handle. Loosen the coolant hose pipe clips using 8 mm spanner. And keep the coolant lines aside. Loosen the engine cover bolts using 12 mm T-handle. And remove the engine cover. Remove the ignition coil electrical connections. Loosen and remove the wiring harness clamp bolts using 10 mm T-handle. Keep the wiring harness aside. Loosen the ignition coil 2 mounting bolts using 10 mm T-handle. Pull and remove the ignition coil assembly from the cylinder head. Inspect the ignition coil boot visually for cuts and damages. Loosen the ignition coil mounting bracket 2 bolts using 12 mm T-handle. Remove the bracket from the rocker cover. Similar process to be followed for removal of remaining ignition coils and its mounting bracket. Ignition coil sleeve removal procedure. Remove the ignition coil sleeve mounting bolts using 12 mm T-handle. Remove the ignition coil sleeve by tightening 10 mm long bolt as shown. Similar process to be followed for the remaining sleeve removal. Spark plug removal procedure. Remove the OMS mounting bolts using 12 mm T-handle. Remove the air compressor pipe mounting bolts using 12 mm T-handle. Remove the OMS hose clamp and keep the OMS aside. Remove the rocker cover by loosening 12 mounting bolts using 12 mm T-handle. Then remove the spark plug using spark plug spanner. Check the gap between spark plug electrode, it should be 0.5 mm. Spark plug sleeve replacement procedure. Drain the coolant from the radiator. Remove the rocker assembly and push rods. Remove the cylinder head by loosening its mounting bolts. Place the cylinder head on the workbench. Now use the special tool part number ST000081 and loosen the spark plug sleeve. Remove the spark plug sleeve from the cylinder head. Clean the threaded area of the spark plug sleeve. Replace the new O-ring of the spark plug sleeve and apply the grease on the O-ring. Apply the Loctite 620 on the threaded area of the sleeve. Assemble the sleeve on the cylinder head. And apply 50 Newton meter torque. Note: after installation of the sleeve, ensure the sleeve adhesive should be dried properly. 90 minutes dry or curing time will be required for Loctite. Installation procedure of cylinder head components, spark plug and ignition coil. Fit the cylinder head and tighten its mounting bolts with the specified torque. Assemble the push rods and rocker assembly and tighten it with the specified torque. Fit and tight the spark plug using spark plug tool and apply the 15 to 25 Newton meter torque. Fit the rocker cover along with gasket. Fit the rocker cover mounting bolts and then tighten it properly. Replace the ignition coil sleeve O-ring with the new one. Fit the ignition coil sleeve along with new gasket and apply 19 to 28 Newton meter torque. Fit the ignition coil mounting bracket and tighten bolts with 8 to 12 Newton meter torque. Fit the ignition coil and tighten its mounting bolts with 8 to 12 Newton meter torque. Note: before fitment of ignition coil, clean the ignition coil spring with diesel and inspect the rubber boots for any cracks and damages and replace if required. Fit the OMS and tighten its mounting bolts. Fit the wiring harness and hoses mounting bracket. Connect all electrical connections. Fit the engine cover. And tighten it with 19 to 28 Newton meter torque. Connect the coolant pipes and tighten its mounting bolts. Now, open the cylinder valves slowly. Check the pressure on the pressure gauge and then start the engine. Thank you for watching.